better.
Hi, you guys. Hope you're doing great, everyone.
Good. Good to see you, man.
Hey, Matt.
Where's that trail?
Dude, nice to see you.
How's the bro? Where's that trail that's behind you? Is that Japan?
Yeah, we
That's
rode
Japan.
that trail.
You rode that?
Okay, I'll go.
That's so cool.
That is very cool, man.
First off, as an intro, right? Let's do the beer pass. Maybe I'll start. So I'm Ben. I'm from Specialized. We're based in Singapore, the Asia Hub office, and I've got here a Tiger beer. And Tiger beer is actually made in Singapore. It was founded ages ago. One of the first, might be the first beer we ever made as a country, right? So yeah. So Zoo's also from Singapore. So I'm just gonna pass this over to Zoo. Here you go.
Whoop! What do you know? I got the same one. So, Zul here. I sit with Ben in the Specialized Singapore office. And pretty much just here to support whatever mountain initiative we're doing. Just give it to you.
I get it. Yeah. Hi, I'm Edri. I'm from the Philippines. And this is San Miguel Pale Pilsen, the national beer of the Philippines. So right now I'm in Tarlac. We're still in ECQ mode or lockdown mode, and I'm just chilling and just fixing bikes and motorbikes and enjoying time with the family. So I'll give this to Aaron. You.
So I don't have beer on me right now. Sorry, I'm going to introduce myself. My name's Aaron Chan. I ride for Specialized Malaysia. So I don't have beer right now, but I got some homemade kombucha. So this is made by a partner of mine. She brews her own kombucha. So cheers.
Aaron, that's cheating, man. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here with me, and I got a beer, bro.
There's a little bit of alcohol.
I would have also gone with the kombucha if I knew that somebody else was going to have kombucha. Okay, so this is going to be my first beer at 7 o'clock in the morning in a very long time. But I bought this last night at a train station. My name is Fanie, and I'm from South Africa, but I'm here in the Netherlands now. So this beer is one of the most sort of celebrated Belgian beers. It's got this little elf on them that rides a unicycle, and I used to ride unicycles back in the day when I couldn't afford a two-wheel bicycle. And but I got it because it's Belgium, and it's got a little elf on it who rides a unicycle. But cheers, good to see you guys.
Cheers, Fanie.
Cheers, funny. I'm gonna go next. Nice to see you guys, and it's really fun to remember meeting you in that restaurant. That was a good time. We had a good time in Japan, man. That was so cool. Happy to be here. But this is okay. So my beer. I'm Matt, and I'm in BC. We're also in kind of like a lockdown sort of. Everybody's keeping a very small social circle right now, so still getting out to sneak out for some bike rides and enjoying the time with my family too. So but here's my beer, and it's very local because I made it in the garage, which is just next door, and it doesn't have a name, but it has the date. I brewed it on January 31st, and hopefully it doesn't explode. Cheers.
That is so awesome.
Wish you could each taste some, but it's not very good actually, so you might not want to. But
Man, that's incredible, man. Of course you made your own beer.
Hi guys, good to see everyone after Japan. I'm KK from Malaysia. Basically, I think almost all of us are in a lockdown mode. I think in Malaysia we have been locked down about like how many weeks? About 8 weeks. Extended another 4 weeks. I think so. So until 9th of June. Actually, I tried to Google which beer Malaysia actually brew, but I found that is this tiger. I'm not sure whether it's covered with Singapore or not. So this is why I got. The white wine is actually the preserved, less alcohol percentage. So cheers, everyone.
It's great to see you all again after the Japan trip. Yep. So my name is Eddie. I'm from Malaysia too, same with KK. So this is the beer that I brought in, Guinness, which is one of my favorite beer, and yeah, it brewed in Malaysia as well.
I think that's probably a good segue to our next topic, right? You know, we've you guys have been all over the world, right? So Fanie, maybe you can start by sharing with us, you know, some of the great experiences that you've had in trail building, right, all around the world.
I mean, to be honest with you guys, the last couple of years have just been like, feel like it's been one big dream. You know, it's crazy the places that I found myself in and the experiences that I've had. But the one thing that stands out to me the most, I guess, if I have to break it down into one single component, it always comes down to the people that you meet and that you interact with, you know. And I kind of felt like the trail building and even the bike itself, it was just almost like a medium, like a tool to take you to these different places and to meet all these different characters and these, you know, and the passion and the dedication and the rich culture of things like that. That is the one thing that has stood out to me the most, and that is what keeps the stoke alive, you know, because the trail building and the riding is just one small component of the entire adventure and the entire experience. Well, I mean, if I really have to start talking, then we can sit here for a few hours. Matt knows.
Maybe we can start off with Japan, right? Like, you know, we've all seen the video, right? We've all seen, you know, Ryo Hazuma, right, and the work that he's done in Japan, right? So, you know, maybe you can start off by saying, like, you know, how did you guys meet, right? Where did this whole project start?
That's a good one. I think it was a combination of, you know, Matt was the first guy to meet Hazuma, and that, so he can probably talk a little bit more about that. But he went to Japan first, and you know, I obviously watched the Trail Hunter Japan video from back in the day, and you know, I've always wanted to. I always found Japan very interesting. Really wanted to go to Asia and specifically Japan, but I think what happened was when I did a presentation on soil searching at Specialized the 1 year, old Kim, who you guys know from Japan, he came to me afterwards, after the meeting, and he basically almost tackled me. He's like, "I've got exactly the guy that you need to sponsor." And I'm like, "Whoa, dude, whoa. I'm okay. I just told you what we are doing. Like, I'm not really looking for anybody to sponsor." He's like, no, I promise you, this guy, he wants to change Japan. He is the most amazing person. And Kim would just not leave me alone. Like, he started Skyping me at 1 o'clock in the morning. He started phoning me. He emailed me. He just wouldn't take no for an answer. Kim was so passionate about this guy that it was very difficult for me to turn it down. And I was just like, if this guy is so passionate, then there must be something there. So I actually connected with Matt and I asked Matt about the whole thing. And Matt was also like, yeah, no, this is, Hazuma is different to, you know, your other typical trail builders who's out there, like, you know, freaking almost look like mountain men themselves. But he's got a very unique approach to things, you know, as you guys would have seen about the Japanese culture in general. Like, they for the most part do things by the book, and if they don't have a book, they write a book for it.
Cool. Matt, so maybe, you know, as Fanie tells it, you know, you're the real origin story of Japan right there. So maybe we can even go back, right, to how Trail Hunter started, right? And because obviously, you know, that's the beginning of all of this.
Sure, I'm happy to talk about that, man. We had a wonderful trip to Japan, and I posted a photo of it the other day, and I was trying to remember what year it was, but it was, I think, 6 years ago, and we met Hazuma in the little cabin in that village, and he had organized a group of trail builders, and they invited us to stay with them. But I was very surprised with Hazuma's process for learning to build trails, and the way that he was learning, the way he was involving the community. The cabin was supplied by the community because his trail builders were doing other things to help people in town, not just building trail. So that was surprising and different at the right away when I first met him, and I remembered it, and he told me that he was going to continue to build trail, and it was to be honest, I was pretty surprised by his technique. It seemed so slow to the way that he wanted to go through the community to build the trail, because everybody I know they just want to build a trail and they just go do it. Even if it's illegal, they just do it, and then you have a trail. And like that method is not working anymore, especially in places like Japan. So it was very amazing to meet Hazuma, and then to connect with Fanie and Soil Searching and Hazuma was that was a really cool time that we shared in Japan. And I mean, we'll get into the trail building summit, I hope, as well, talking about that. But yeah, that's the Hazuma story from my perspective.